Gajendra Singh, member PNGRB, joining in. And we also have with us Mr. D.K. Sarraf, former CMD at ONGC, on the show. Gentlemen, both of you, Mr. Singh as well as Mr. Sarraf, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining in. Mr. Singh, if I could start off the conversation with you. Firstly, help us understand, has there been any direct communication from the ministry that you've had?
No. In one of our event, Honorable Minister was present. There in his address, he did mention that it's still that the consumers, and basically his intention was that the penetration level of PNG has not reached to that level, what is expected, and what they have while bidding, they have quoted the number. Yeah.
Okay, but was there any statement made that profits have not been passed on to the consumers or benefits, and thereby the industry had to take that price cut?
No, that if that is statement, what you are saying, there's a interpretation. The benefits is basically if still the consumers are approaching here and there for getting a PNG connection, and that too with those entities who are working from last more than 20 years, then that is not expected. Penetration level should increase to that. Whenever they are demanding for the PNG connection, that should be given to them. Yeah.
My question to you here is that do you think that the government could actually get in some regulation where they could curb or cap the profitability of the city gas distribution companies? If yes, what could be this kind of a measure that could come in? Mr. Singh, to you, this question was.
I think that could be a different thing. What we as a regulator, we have no intention of intervening into their day-to-day activities or their commercial. Only what we are saying, what they have committed for the PNG, like for the bidding rounds, they have committed some MWP numbers. They are doing excellent job as far as CNG is there. They are doing excellent job for connecting industrial and commercial customer. If you see total, the CGD volume, now it has reached to 38 million per day. And basically that they are drawing 22 million RLNG. So that's a good development. Only thing what we want that PNG particularly, they are not up to our expectation. So they have to tighten their belt and they have to make sure that PNG connection is available to all the consumers, particularly in town and cities.
Mr. Sarraf, my question to you is similar on the similar lines. Do you think that there should be such kind of measure in place to cap the profitability of the city gas distribution companies?
You see, not the profitability, but the prices. And the rationale is that CGD companies get domestic APM natural gas for supply to households in the kitchen and to the transport sector as CNG at a concessional price. Last year, around April 2023, the government fixed the natural gas prices for ONGC and Oil India, and that was fixed at they were rather capped at $6.5 per MMBTU, and the market prices were higher. And the government at that time expected, and rightly so, that the benefit of this concessional prices of gas which is being supplied to the CGD companies would be passed on to the consumers, and that didn't happen. So now the media news whichever are being published, they suggest that it has not been done, and in case it has not been done, the benefit of the concessional prices should be passed on to the consumers.
Sarraf, don't you think that it's a free market, and when oil marketing companies have the pricing freedom, why should not city gas distribution companies also have the pricing freedom here?
No, it's not like that. The government supplies these natural gas to the CGD companies at concessional price, which are off market prices, which are far lower than the market prices. And why the government is doing so? Government is doing so that the gas prices for the kitchens and for the vehicles can be kept under control. So, so the benefit which has been given, it has to be passed on.
Case always, right? Because currently if you see the APM gas prices are at around $7 per MMBTU, while the spot LNG prices have also come down to around $8 per MMBTU. And most of the times we have seen that the gas allocation levels also fall to around 70-75%. That is the APM gas allocation I'm talking about. So that time, if the city gas distribution companies do not increase prices, so why should there be a cap on their profitability?
No, there is no intention of anybody in the system to cap the profitability. So, but the expectation is that they should keep the prices at a reasonable level in line with the concessional gas prices which they are getting. So, and you said about 70% of the gas they are getting, but for PNG, for the kitchens, they are getting more than 100% at APM prices. Yeah, it's true that for CNG, for transport, they are getting at the level of about 70% or so. So, yeah, even for the household kitchens, the prices have not been reduced to that level. That's the feeling of the government. I do not know whether the feeling is correct or not, but the CGD companies and the government, the regulator, should publish the data of that how much APM gas has been given to the CGD companies, how much non-APM gas has been given, what are the respective prices and what is the blended prices, so that the consumer can know that the gas which they are being supplied, whether they are at a reasonable price or not. So this has not been done. In fact, this responsibility was given to PPAC to prepare a database on the prices along with the prices of the feed natural gas, and it should be published on a periodical basis. So that has not happened.
Mr. Singh, the minimum work program that you were just mentioning about, yes, that is mentioned in the contract, and city gas distribution companies need to adhere to that. But if they do not, then there are penalties also which are levied on them, and also some extension is given to them. Then why this thing that the prices are not cheap, and hence the prices need to be much more cheaper, and why this thinking of the PNGRB that only when prices become more cheap, the expansion of city gas distribution companies will happen?
No, like as far as the prices part is there, let me tell you that currently that for PNG 105% APM is going. APM, that volume is only limited. Currently it is 18 million. Out of that 15 million is going to CNG, which is, and it is at capped at 68%. Remaining volume, they are buying RLNG and they are putting into this CNG, because it will be the average price for them. As far as PNG is there, that's definitely, as Mr. Sarraf said, it is a APM price. What I'm seeing at the price part, because earlier this prices, particularly for RLNG, was higher, around at $12. Now it has come down to $8. So their average price has reduced, and I think that's what they have put. They have put a cut on their CNG prices, and because now their average prices has gone down. That is one. With regard to the penalty and other things, we are looking into that, because we have to understand that CGD entities, they are putting their best. There are many other difficulties for putting pipes and putting other things, getting a permission and all those things. We are evaluating, and even we as a facilitator, our chairperson and members are going to the different state and the chief secretaries to bring down the VAT, to reduce the road cutting charges and other charges. So that is, we want to facilitate them. We don't want to control, and we don't want to intervene in their particular. We are in favor of prices and all other things, the market freedom. Yeah.
Just to wind it up, wanted to understand, do you sense that maybe in future there could be a direct diktat from the ministry to curb prices?
I don't think. I don't think, because once they are not, because once the APM gas is only limiting only to 18 million, And this is currently now we have 307 GA is going to be all across. This volume is going to increase with time. Because once it increases that 18 million, what is going, one side it is declining, this APM volume is declining. Second side, the requirement is increasing. Currently, for CNG, PNG also, they are adding 7 million RLNG for supplying to meet the requirement of CNG. So that we have to see if one side it is declining and other side the RLNG, they have to depend on RLNG, which is quite volatile at the time. So, I mean, the entities has to take a call. But as far as they are putting their best and there is nothing negative against for any CGD company. They are working and they are developing a CGD network. And one of the parameter, if we see in the gas usage percentage wise, if you see, currently, if you see industrial and commercial customer, they have connected 58,000 industrial and this commercial customer, 58,000 in different demand center through distribution network. And secondly, for CNG also, now number of CNG station has now increased to 6,300 plus. And every day it is adding because with new GAs. So CNG utilization and this industrial and commercial, it is going to help us increasing a gas usage in our primary mix. With regard to PNG basically they have to, because they have some targets. They have given MWP targets. And secondly, and the expectation are there that penetration level should be, which is currently at 35-40%, that should increase to at least 60%. All the possible houses where the PNG is needed, they should not go here and there.
Right.
They should straight away, if their approach to these companies, they should get a PNG. That is our intention.
Sure. Mr. Singh, thank you so much for all that clarity and your, candid talks. We just needed to better understand what this move really implies and what it means for city gas distribution companies. Mr. Sarraf, thank you as always for taking the time out and speaking with us at TT Now. Okay, let's move on.